A series of boycott movements emerged in response to the United States' recent policy changes, including Washington's decision to halt aid to Ukraine and the announcement of tariffs on Europe. On the page, members share recommendations on alternative options to U.S. goods and services, but for some, making the switch is not as evident as it might seem.
Elon Musk targeted me over Tesla protests. That proves our movement is working. That's a new article, a headline of a new article in The Guardian by our next guest.
President Trump is vowing to buy a Tesla after the company's stock plunged. Critics blame CEO Elon Musk's focus on his White House role for the stock slide, while protesters are targeting Tesla dealerships across the country. Now the president...
And protesting outside dealerships across the country, some even vandalized.
In response to a tweet from a person who essentially bought his way into the White House as the largest online and social media platform and is spreading outright free speech, peaceful assembly, and we've done that and will continue to do that as this movement is gaining momentum.
Boycott USA. More like Bye-cott USA. A hilariously serious look. Ever feel like international relations are just a really complicated reality TV show? Well, grab your popcorn, because the latest season is wild. We're diving headfirst into the potential Boycott USA movement, fueled by none other than those oh-so-charming Trump tariffs. Buckle up, because between plummeting Tesla sales, angry Canadians, and Europeans marking American products like biohazards, this is going to be a bumpy and possibly sarcastic ride. Tariffs. Tariffs everywhere. Remember when everyone thought trade wars were just something out of a history book? Turns out they're back, baby, and they're causing more drama than a Kardashian family reunion. Trump's tariffs, initially aimed at making America great again, have instead made American goods great at being avoided. Countries are slapping retaliatory tariffs on U.S. goods left and right, and suddenly that Made in the USA label is looking about as appealing as warm beer at a summer BBQ. Our friendly neighbors to the north, the Canadians, are usually known for their politeness, but even they have their limits. One Canadian Facebook group has tens of thousands of members calling for a boycott of U.S. goods. Ontario's Liquor Control Board, no more U.S. bourbon or wine. New Brunswick, doing the same. Ontario canceled a $69 million contract with Elon Musk's Starlink, with the premier saying Ontario won't do business with people hell-bent on destroying our economy. Oh, and Trump keeps mocking Canada by calling Prime Minister Trudeau Governor Trudeau as if Canada is the 51st state. Yeah, that didn't go over well. The Buy Canadian movement is growing fast, and even apps like Buy Beaver and MapleScan are popping up to help shoppers identify and avoid American products. Across the pond, Europeans are not amused. From French wine to Italian cheese, the EU has a lot to lose and a lot to retaliate with. Denmark's biggest retailer, Salling Group, is now tagging European products with a black star so shoppers can easily avoid American goods. Norway's Haltback. They just announced they will no longer refuel U.S. Navy ships, because apparently even the military is now boycott-worthy. 64% of Germans said they would prefer to avoid American goods altogether. The French group Boycott USA, by French and European, already has over 20,000 members, and if there's anything we know about the French, they love a good protest. The Nordics love efficiency, and when it comes to boycotting U.S. goods, they are quietly savage. Sweden has a massive Facebook group, Boycott Verifran USA, Boycott Goods from the USA, with nearly 80,000 members. Scandinavian consumers, already obsessed with sustainability, are consciously choosing local brands over American ones. It's not loud, it's not flashy, but it's effective. If you're enjoying this analysis, don't forget to like and subscribe, or I'll start a one-person protest against your YouTube habits. One of the biggest casualties of this backlash, Tesla. Tesla's sales in Europe plummeted by 4 to 5% in January alone. The entire year of 2024 saw Tesla's sales in the EU drop by 13%. This might be the first boycott in history that targets an electric car brand. Why? Elon Musk is Trump's senior advisor and was recently put in charge of a brand new Department of Government Efficiency. And apparently, Europeans aren't thrilled about Musk's growing ties to Trump. Who knew saving the planet could be political? Business leaders are caught in the crossfire. They're trying to navigate tariffs, trade bans, and consumer boycotts like a blindfolded unicyclist on a tightrope. Some are adapting, shifting production, and seeking alternative markets. Others are panicking, lobbying governments, and probably stress-eating imported Swiss chocolate. But here's the real kicker. The CEO of Suntory Holdings, which owns Jim Beam, publicly admitted that they are expecting U.S. whiskey sales to drop globally because of tariffs and emotion. That's a billion-dollar industry facing major trouble, not because of pricing, but because people just don't want to buy American. Remember the Freedom Fries movement of 2003, when Americans were named French fries just because France opposed the Iraq War. Well, now the tables have turned, and it's U.S. products that are getting replaced. Imagine Americans walking into European supermarkets and seeing tags that say, "Want to buy local? Avoid this." Or a Scandinavian choosing French wine over a California brand, not because of taste, but politics. History doesn't repeat, but it sure rhymes. So, what happens next? Will the Boycott USA movement keep growing? Will tariffs ease up? Will Tesla recover? Nobody knows. But here's what's clear. The boycotts are real and businesses are already feeling the heat. U.S. brands may suffer a long-term reputational hit, just like brands in previous boycotts. The world is getting used to alternatives, and that might be the biggest threat of all. Why did the American cheese cross the road? To avoid the European boycott. What do you call a Canadian boycott? A sorry-cott. Why are Scandinavian consumers so calm during the trade war? Because they're used to cold situations. What's a business leader's favorite game? Tariffication. The future of global trade is hanging in the balance. Could this be the biggest economic backlash America has ever seen? What do you think? Will the Boycott USA movement keep growing? Or will consumers forget about it once prices drop? Let's talk in the comments. And if you made it this far, you better hit that like button, or I'll put a tariff on your watch time.